Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Again, welcome to Skyman TV, the tourist man Black Africa. Today, the country was treated to an absurd drama. The drama of the absurdity. When two senior cabinet secretaries were locked out of State House. These were Moses Kuria, who is in charge of trade and investment, and kindiki, the CS in charge of interior. The fact of the matter is that they came to sign the performance contract and they came late. They were late. They did not sign the performance contract. And Moses Kuria is not new to many people. The same case applies to kindiki. A number of principal secretaries were also late and were also locked out of the meeting. And this one brought into sharp focus of the kind of CSs that William Samuel Ruto appointed as people in charge of the day-to-day running of our government. The policymakers who are working with William Samuel Ruto are coming out as people who are very rare, by the way. This is a rare kind of breed, not seen again in independent Kenya. Jomo Kenyatta could have had the best cabinet, Baraza la Mawaziri. Kwaba, it was dominated by people who are very bright. Talk of Tom Mboya, talk of Mwai Kibaki, talk of people like Matiba, talk of, by the Matiba came very much late in Moi's cabinet. But talk of people like Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, James Geshoro, and so many people who are very, very brilliant. They are the people who laid the foundation of this nation. Indeed, those are the days that Kenya was at par with Singapore. Those were the days that Kenya was at par with South Korea. Today, the two countries are miles ahead of a country. So again, when you look at Mwai Kibaki had also a very, very competent cabinet. When you look at Mwai Kibaki, talk of people like Karisa Maitha. You remember the hurricane? Talk of John Mishoki. Remember the Mishoki rules? Talk of Raila Amolo Odinga. Remember how you used to carry the foot measure and go to the road and see what the contractors were doing. Indeed, he is a brainchild behind the so many bypasses, such as Northern Bypass, Southern Bypass, and even Thika Super Highway. It is Raila Amolo Odinga's brainchild. So, in a nutshell, when you look at Ruto's cabinet, there's nobody who you can compare with somebody like Kindiki, somebody like Munya, somebody like Joe Mucheru. These guys were very, very competent, truth be told. And when you look at the infrastructure that was put in this country by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, you realize that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta had a very, very competent cabinet actually. Sasa unapoingia katika William Samoei Ruto, unashangaa ya kushangaa. Maajabu jameni. Ni juzi tu tuliona the CS health firing, sacking an OCS. Imagine, an OCS. That is why we are saying this cabinet is raising many questions and answers. You remember the same cabinet. You look at the people, they are not very well coordinated. You look at what Susan Nyakumicha was saying, that they work as a team, and she was going to fire, and I think she fired, I don't know whether she fired or transferred, the OCS, and then she was going to inform Kindiki later. Then this one tells you that the finance minister can fire anybody. This one tells you the same finance minister can go and give orders in the infrastructure docket. This means that the CS water can actually give us a budget, can even give orders of the way the money will be spent. That is the truth of the matter. Indeed, it is guesswork. Management by guesswork. That is what we are seeing. Mathokothanio. Mathokothanio is a cool name. meaning haphazardly, something that is not well coordinated anyhow, bila mpango wote. Hivyo ndivyo ambavyo tunaona. But again, when you look at the two cabinet secretaries who are locked out today, that is they are the one who made actually me to analyze this video. When you look at Kindiki could have been late, by the way, because of his duty, by the way. If there's one person who has been very busy, it is Kithure Kindiki. Kithure Kindiki has been moving up and down. And by the way, he has managed to tame a number of bandits, by the way. Truth be told, Mugala muwe na haki mpe. Amejaribu. Huyu mwanetu amejaribu. Now, even if you look at the color of his skin, by the way, if you look at the complexion of his skin, it has changed. It has changed after kupambana na hawa magaidi, kupambana na hawa majagili. Kazi yake ni gumu. So this one, I think if I were Ruto, I could have listened to him while he was late. But for Moses Kuria, kama ni mkutano ambao ulikuwa unaitanwa, wa yale mambo ambayo napenda kuyazungumzia sana, tunayajua, labda angefika mapema sana. And one thing that is coming out from Moses Kuria has been an embarrassment to Kenya as a nation. Remember the way he was addressing Raila Amolo Odinga and threatening him that I think he was to die on 19th and be buried on 29th. You remember that is I don't know whether he was CS from USA, who refused to meet him, by the way. He has become an embarrassment. And the earlier that William Samoei Ruto sack him, the better for this nation. Just because you see, we are becoming a laughing stock in the international community. Kutokana na baadhi ya mawaziri kama hawa. Again, the problem with this cabinet is that it is not competent. Truth be told, it is not competent. What we have a cabinet that is actually appointed on loyalty ground. Vile ambavyo wewe unaiba nyimbo za kumsifu William Samoei Ruto, vile ambavyo wewe unaonekana wewe ndiye ambaye unaonekana ukiwa karibu sana William Samoei Ruto, wewe ndiye ulimuga sana mkono wakati walikuwa akiwania kiti cha uongozi. Sasa wewe ndiye ambaye unapigiwa debe, na kutoka hapo William Samoei Ruto anaangalia kabila lako. Because when you look at baraza lake la mawaziri, you realize that a majority of the CSs comes from the two communities. And we do not to mention them because it is obvious kwamba William Samoei Ruto lands his government with the Kikuyu and encourages all the others, as Gachagua said, are shareholders of this country. And this is wrong in my view. This is how Kenya Kwanza is getting it wrong. Kwa hivyo lile baraza la mawaziri utaona kwamba ni mmoja tu ambaye tunaweza tu kutaja pale, yule ambaye nimesema Kithure Kindiki. The others, what have they achieved, by the way? I saw somebody asking a question today. What is this that William Samoei Ruto can show Kenyans after 1 year and tell us that this is what we have done? Mwaka mmoja umeisha sasa, tumefanya hivi na hivi, tumewaletea hivi haya na haya. These are the number of kilometers that we have constructed. These are the number of hospitals that we have constructed. Isipokuwa zile nyumba ambazo zinatajwa na bado hatujaona matunda yake. And this, what we have witnessed, the controversy, noise making, attacking Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, attacking Raila Amolo Odinga, kuona kivuli cha Raila Amolo Odinga, kuona kivuli cha William Samoei cha Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta kila mahali. Indeed, this is the worst cabinet, I think, in East Africa, if you ask me. When you look at the way somebody like Matiang'i used to work, by the way, is there anybody you can compare with Matiang'i? Well, look at George Makoha. George Makoha are very competent. Ambaye alikuwa naenda even the slums of Kiadutu, slums of everywhere, to get children to go to school. Look at the way, and there's one thing that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta did. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was able to provide all textbooks for all subjects in all schools. That is the truth of the matter. This was a very brilliant idea. And by the way, even the new education system that was being launched today by the Presidential Working Party, that, because I will give analysis about it, don't want to talk about it much. It is the brainchild of George Makoha and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. That is the truth of the matter. Kwa sababu kile ambacho tunaona ni kwamba hii serikali ya William Samoei Ruto inafurahia matunda ya Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. I don't know what you think when you look at William Samoei Ruto's cabinet. Look at it objectively, and maybe you can write what you think about it. Because if you ask me, they are getting it wrong. If you ask me, it is incompetent. If you ask me, they leave a lot to be desired. That is my take, ladies and gentlemen, and we have a blessed night. Bye-bye.